Hello, everyone. I'm Adam Cleary, the teen librarian at Burroughs-Saden Library in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Now, because of the virus situation, I've been spending a lot of time at home, as I presume many of you also have, and I've been using that time to get a little closer to not just the people living at our house, but the non-human friends we have living here. We have a lot of different pets here, and among them are our four chickens. Our four chickens here, named Chicken Patty, Chicken Tender, Chicken Nugget, and Casey. We've had these chickens since they were little chicks, and they lived inside in their small living space for a while until they grew up and were able to live outside. And here in this enclosure and in another one. This is actually their secondary enclosure. Their other one is a little bigger, and we bring them out here when we're out here so that they can get fresh bugs, all the bugs that have come into this enclosure over time, because they love eating bugs. Now, we only have hens. Those are girl chickens. We don't have any boy chickens or roosters, and there's two main reasons for that. One, you might have heard that roosters crow at dawn. Well, it turns out that roosters crow just about all day long and all night long, and that can get really annoying. The other reason we have hens is that because feeding-wise, having hens is a two-way street. Now, I have an egg here. I pulled this egg out of the coop, out of their chicken coop this morning, so it doesn't get much fresher than that. Now, you might see something that might appear to be a little strange about this egg. This egg is brown. It's not white as you might normally purchase at a grocery store. That being said, the inside of the egg is exactly the same as a white egg is. They both have an egg white, and the egg white surrounds the yolk, and they have the same nutritional value. So you could use a brown egg just like you use a white egg. You could boil it, you could fry it, you could use it in baking, and so that's about their brown eggs. There's the only difference, the reason why they lay brown eggs instead of white eggs is just because of their breed. Simply different breeds lay different color eggs, and there's many breeds that lay non-white eggs. Some lay brown eggs, and in fact, some do lay green or blue eggs. And our breeds in particular, the two darker hens are Rhode Island Reds, and the two lighter hens are Cross Reds, and they both lay brown eggs. Right now, you see that they are scratching the ground here with their legs. They have 4 toes on each foot, 3 toes going back, 1 toe on the 3 toes going in the front and 1 going in the back, and they're using those toes to scratch up any bugs that they can find, because chickens eat a lot of things. They eat bugs, they eat various grass and other vegetation, though we mainly feed our chickens with feed pellets from an animal feed store. And that brings me to an expression about chickens that's very true, and the expression goes, chickens eat everything, and everything eats chickens. On that second note, you do have to be, if you're going to have chickens as pets, you do have to be very aware of predators that may want to have a nice chicken dinner. In this area, and I'm in Shelton, Connecticut right now, main predator issues we want to be aware of are foxes, coming in, you'll notice this enclosure, and this is true for the other enclosure, has a wall around it, and that helps keep the foxes out. You'll also want to be aware of burrowing animals like rats, so you just want to check for any holes that burrowing animals may have made in the floor of the enclosure where your chickens live. And here also hawks are a problem, so we wouldn't leave them out in this enclosure if we were inside right now. Not that we'd be inside right now because it's a gorgeous day out, but in our larger enclosure over there, we do have a roof that protects the chickens, the hens, from hawks and other birds of prey. And so there's two other expressions that are very handy to know if you are going to have chickens. One of those expressions is coming home to roost. That's come to mean that animals or humans that have any common sense will come indoors when it gets, dark out, and that expression comes from chickens, because chickens will go into their little wooden coop area for the night and will not come out until it is light for just about any reason. Very difficult to coax them out of their small pen area once night has come. The other expression that has to do with chickens is the pecking order. You may have heard the term pecking order to mean the hierarchy, or who is the leader and who are the followers. Who's ruling, who's the big person on top. And our alpha hen here is Chicken Patty, and she will peck occasionally at the other chickens to assert her authority. That's how she shows that she's the one in charge. And so I just wanted to, you can hold your chickens, and I'm actually going to get my mom in here, and she's going to help me with this because this is kind of a two-person job. She's going to get chicken nuggets just because she's, the easiest to hold sometimes. Chicken nugget is a little feisty today. So you know what? We're going to skip the holding and we're just going to put it. Okay, got it. Awesome, great. So they're very smooth. They're very soft to hold, and as long as you have two arms on them like this, kind of like a baby, they are completely safe and completely comfortable. And another cool way to hold them, and this is definitely a two-person job, so I'm going to ask Mom to come back here, please, is kind of do the falconeering thing. And I gotta say that it's pretty cool just to have a bird on your arm. It's just a fun experience. And so with that, I promised one of my co-workers that I would tell a chicken joke as part of this video. So while Chicken Nugget is just chilling out up here, I'll tell it. So a chicken goes into a library every day for 2 weeks, goes up to the front desk and goes, book, book, book. And so the librarian gives him a book every day for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, the librarian gets curious what this chicken's doing with all these books. So he follows the chicken home, and the chicken sees the chicken going into a house with a frog in it. And the chicken holds out the book and says, book, book, book. And then the frog just shakes his head and goes, read it, read it, read it. With that, I hope that we get to do some more of these, because we do have some other cool non-human friends living at the house here. And with that, I am Adam Cleary, teen librarian at the Burroughs-Saden's Library in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Thank you and stay safe.